Well, I'm back after about 10-day absence. There just hasn't been really a lot of news at all going on, but I felt like I had to get a video out here, so it's going to be my first mock draft on this channel. It's going to be my mock draft 1.0. I'll probably do 2 or 3 before the draft starts. I will be live streaming day 2 and 3 100%. I already got the streams up. I might also be streaming day 1. Potentially, I haven't thought about it yet. The stream is up there for day 1, but I haven't really thought about it yet. I'm 50-50 if I'm going to stream that one. But we for sure are going to stream day 2 and 3 of the draft. Hopefully every round for sure. Day 2 we'll stream every round. Day 3, we might stop around round 6 and 7 because I might not know all the players and we don't have any picks remaining. So we'll see what happens there, but day 2 and 3 I will 100% be streaming. Day 1 I'm 50-50 right now. I'll give you guys an update in the next video about if I'm going to stream that or not. But let's get into it, finally. This is my mock draft 1.0. It's very messy. I was doing this mock draft while I was in the car running some errands with my mom. And so this is a little bit messy. Hopefully I can get through it. But so let's go ahead and get into it. So with the first pick, or excuse me, we have a trade with the first pick. We are trading back with the Tennessee Titans. We are trading back to pick 38. Titans, so this is what the Lions will get. We will get pick 38, 146, and 182 from the Titans. The Titans will get pick 29. So with the 38th pick, from us trading back with the Titans, with the 38th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Darius Robinson, edge, Missouri. I love this draft pick. Absolutely love this draft pick. I'm shocked he was able to be there at 38. By the way, this draft is from PFN. I think they're probably the best mock drafts. PFF is pretty good as well, but you have to pay to do like 7 rounds and trades. So I'm not doing that. Mock Draft Database is my other one that I usually use, but their trades are usually way too easy to go through. So PFN is the one I use the most. So this is according to PFN on the players who would be available at this time. So Darius Robinson's pick. Love this guy. He had 9 sacks this past season. He's a Dan Campbell type of guy. And he's that second-tier edge rusher that we need. So I absolutely love this pick. Now we have another trade with the second pick. We have traded with the Carolina Panthers. The Lions get pick 39. The Panthers get, oh, this is a lot here. The Panthers will get our 2025 Philadelphia 4th round pick, pick 61, pick 73, and pick 164 from this year. And with the 39th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Cooper DeJean, quarterback, Iowa. Love this pick as well. I'm shocked that this guy is actually here more than I'm shocked that Darius Robinson was here. I don't know how both of these guys fell, especially Cooper DeJean. The only issue about Cooper DeJean I have, he's not the fastest guy, so he's kind of like Brian Branch in that way. Like, he's a safety or he's a corner. So Cooper DeJean can play the safety as well. So that's the only thing that I'm not loving with this pick, is that he's not the fastest corner. However, he is definitely that cornerback number 2 of the future. Now with this pick, Brian Branch moves full-time to safety, and Cooper DeJean becomes our number 2 corner and potentially number 1 in the future if we do not re-sign Carlton Davis next offseason. So I love this pick. Again, he's not the fastest guy, but we get our second corner of the future, potentially number 1 cornerback of the future. He's a top 5 corner in the draft, in my opinion. And I love this pick. I don't know about the trade value. I thought maybe potentially I gave away a little bit too much, but I thought it was equal towards the end. Now, we have another trade. We trade back. We have traded back with the Miami Dolphins. We trade back to pick 158 from 146. Okay, we got pick 146 with the Titans trade. So we have traded back from 146 to 158 with the Dolphins. The Lions get pick 158 and 184. The Dolphins get pick 146 and a 2025 7th round pick. And with the 158th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Javion Cohen, Miami, guard Miami. Love this pick as well. A lot of people say in this type of position now, I understand that it's about a little over 100 selections later after our previous pick, but that's all I needed with those first 2 picks, was to get an edge rusher and a corner. If we get an edge rusher and a corner with our first 2 picks in this draft, my draft is set, man. I'm legitimately, I don't care if it's a pick 29 and 61. If we get a corner and an edge rusher with our first 2 picks, this draft is already an A for me, as long as we're not reaching with an edge or a corner. This draft will be an A. If we select a guy like Max Melton or a TJ Tampa at 61, and we select like a guy like Darius Robinson or Chop Robinson, pick 29, this draft is already an A for me. All I need is a corner, a number 2 corner of the future, and a number 2 edge rusher of the future, and my draft is set. But with the pick, 158th pick, we select Javion Cohen, the guard from Miami. Don't know a whole bunch about this guy. I know we need a corner. He could potentially turn into a starter when Kevin Zeitler is gone, but I 100% took this guy because depth. Our offensive line depth sucks. That is the only bad part of our offensive line, is the depth. It sucks. We don't have a good backup tackle. Or I don't even know if we have a backup. We have Connor Galvin, but I don't know much about. I mean, he's not that great, so I don't know if he can be that number 1 backup tackle for us. And also, we don't have a great backup guard. I think, again, the future deal signing guy, Netane Moody, excuse me. I feel like he can be that number 1 guard of the future, but I'm not 100% sure. And backup center, we have nobody. So I took this pick for him to be our new number 1 backup guard. And to potentially turning into a starting guard in the future. And with this pick as well, Colby Sorsdahl for me moves back to his original position, tackle, and he will be as of right now, our number 1 tackle, backup tackle for us. So that's why I selected this guy. A lot of people would want a receiver in that spot, but I don't think receiver is that big of an issue. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You have St. Brown here, you're probably going to lock down this year for at least 4 more years. You have Jameson Williams, who's going to have a breakout year this year, I'm calling it. You have Donovan Peoples-Jones, who people act like he's a nobody when he's a guy who could realistically, in the right offense, which is us, get 800-plus receiving yards. I mean, he did that with the Browns. So, I love this pick. And we also got Raymond as well as a solid receiver. And we have another trade. Or excuse me, no. With pick 182, which was the last pick we got from the Titans, with the 182nd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Cornelius Johnson, receiver, Michigan. I just said we didn't need a receiver, but we still need depth at the receiver position. We just don't need a number 3 receiver like people say we need. If we get one in the draft, I'm fine with it. I'm just saying it's not a position of need. We don't need to get this. I would much rather have a number 2 corner or a number 2 pass rusher, or even a guard over a number 3 receiver, because Peoples-Jones can be that, and you also have Raymond, who's been very solid when he has had to step in for us. So, with this pick, Cornelius Johnson will become our 5th string receiver, potentially 6th, our new 6th receiver. He's a guy. He's a guy, he could turn into that St. Brown, late round pick for St. Brown. St. Brown was a 4th round pick and is already a top 5 receiver in the league, for years to come. And who knows, Cornelius Johnson could be that as well. We had Quintez Cephas, who got taken in this, I believe it might have been the 7th, but I think it was the 6th round 4 or 5 years ago. And he ended up turning out all right. So, see if Cornelius Johnson could be that. It's just a depth piece for us. See how he can roll in the offense. And yeah, I like this pick. And with the 184th pick, this is the pick we got from the Miami Dolphins. With the 184th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Hunter Norzard, center, Penn State. Love this pick as well. You get your center, your backup center of the future. He could potentially turn into a starter, or if Frank Ragnow was ever to retire. I don't expect that, though. I just expect him to be that backup center of the future, as we don't currently have a backup center, I believe. So he becomes that new backup center of the future. So, and we needed one badly. So our offensive line depth is becoming 10 times better already. Now we have another trade. We have so with the 201st pick, this is our first 6th round pick of the draft. We have traded with the Cleveland Browns. The Lions get pick 227 and 243 from the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns get pick 201. Okay? So now our next pick is 205, which is our second, or used to be our second 6th round pick. So with the 205th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Nehemiah Pritchett, cornerback, Auburn. I love this pick as well. I love Nehemiah Pritchett, dude. This guy, I'm not shocked he fell this far, but in terms of position, in terms of value, I think he could potentially become a cornerback 3 of the future, potentially even cornerback 2. Love Nehemiah Pritchett. I love his tape so far that I've looked at, and he will become our 5th or 6th string corner with this pick here. I love this pick so much. This is arguably my favorite pick of the draft besides Darius Robinson. Now we have made another trade. So with the picks that we just got from the Browns, this trade is with Seattle. Seattle will get pick 227 and pick 243. Those picks we just got from the Cleveland Browns trade. So that's what Seattle will get. The Lions will get a 2025 7th round pick from Seattle. I made this move because this draft has already been good. We've already addressed most of our depth positions that we need. So I thought we might as well get our 7th round pick back from next year that we lost in the Dolphin trade. So, yeah, I just decided to make this trade because we don't need any more picks this year. And that way I can get my 7th round pick back for next year, and it will probably be earlier as well. So, now with the last pick in the 2024 NFL Draft for the Lions, with pick 249 in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Daijun Edwards, running back, Georgia. This pick was uncertain for me. I was either going to take a safety, a quarterback, a running back, or a tackle, offensive tackle, or a defensive tackle. There's really a whole bunch of positions that I could have gone with here. I went with best player available. Daijun Edwards was arguably the best player available of a position of need. And I took this guy to potentially become our running back 3 of the future, or to compete with Craig Reynolds and all the other guys for the running back 3 position. So this piece doesn't really matter. This selection doesn't really matter. I don't expect him to really make the 53-man roster year 1. But he's a depth piece. He's another running back we can add to the mix just to compete, you know. And that's one of the later round 7th round picks. So he's it's basically undrafted rookie territory. So not a big deal. But this was my crazy mock draft. Don't expect anything to happen in terms of trades like this, because I made 5 trades total with teams. Don't expect that many. I would say Brad Holmes is probably going to make 3 trades total in the draft, is my guess. But I could see Brad Holmes taking some of the players that I took here. I really expect Darius Robinson to be a Detroit Lion, either at pick 29, we trade up or trade back and get him. I kind of expect Darius Robinson to be a Lion. But I could also see guys like Cooper DeJean potentially being a Lion if we don't want Darius Robinson. Or I could also see Cornelius Johnson if Brad Holmes agrees with me that we don't really need a receiver 3, like a lot of people say. Maybe we could go with Cornelius Johnson. So I think, same with Nehemiah Pritchett. I think Nehemiah Pritchett is a great player. See Brad Holmes. So there's just a lot of players who I think Brad Holmes could take with this. The trades, however, are very unrealistic. So my takeaways from this is that we got our 2 biggest positions and needs, in my opinion, a number 2 edge rusher in Darius Robinson and a number 2 corner in Cooper DeJean. And also, the third thing is we got some backup offensive line depth with a new backup guard and a new backup center. The cons from this draft is that we had to get rid of our next year's 4th round pick. That was the cons. That we had to get rid of with the Panther trade. That was the only con of this draft. But remember, we will get most likely a conditional 4th round pick next year for losing Jonah Jackson. So we'll technically have that 4th round pick back. Obviously, it will be a later 4th round pick. But we'll get that pick back, and we'll probably also get a conditional pick for Josh Reynolds or C.J. Gardner-Johnson as well, like a conditional 6 or 7. So you'll have that as well. So all in all, I would give my draft an A-. I think it was really good. It wasn't my best mock draft. I've done better mock drafts off YouTube that I've just done in free time, in my free time, to learn about players and stuff like that, in their draft spot. But this is definitely one of my better mock drafts. It's not my best, but it's one of my better. So tell me in the comments how you feel about this mock draft. I'm so sorry about the long video. I knew this was going to be long. And I will say you will see my mock draft 2.0 coming about in a week from now. And I will see you guys in the next one. One Pride, Go Lions.